You think your kids aren't paying attention. They're playing. They're distracted. They're in their own world. But here's the truth most parents miss. They're watching you more closely than anyone ever has. Not just what you say, not just what you teach, but the things you don't even realize you're showing. And some of those things stay with them for life. This might feel small right now, but by the end of this video, you're going to see why it isn't. Because there are things your kids notice without you ever knowing. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. Number 1, the way you react when you're stressed. Not when everything is calm, not when you're relaxed, but when things go wrong. The traffic, the bills, the long day. That moment when your patience slips just a little. It seems harmless. Most parents think they don't understand what's going on anyway. But they do. Not with words. With patterns. They watch your face, your tone, your body. They feel the tension before they understand it. Imagine this. It's late. You've had a long day. Something small goes wrong. You sigh. Your voice sharpens. You don't even mean it. But they go quiet, not because they're scared of you, but because they're learning something. They're learning what stress looks like. And more importantly, they're learning how to respond to it. This is where it gets uncomfortable, because one day, they will copy it. Not when you're watching, but when they're stressed. With their friends. With their future family. This doesn't mean you've done something wrong. It just means they're always learning, even when you're not teaching. Number 2, the way you listen to them or the way you don't. This one hides in everyday moments. You're busy, you're tired, they're talking, and you say, "Wait, not now." It feels normal, it is normal. But here's the part nobody tells you. They're not just hearing your words, they're measuring your attention. They notice how often you look at your phone, how often you interrupt, how often you truly listen. Picture this. Your child walks up to you, excited about something small. A drawing, a story, a random thought, and you respond with half your attention. A quick, "That's nice." Then back to what you were doing. To you, it's nothing. To them, it's information. They start to ask a quiet question. Is what I say important? And over time, that question becomes a belief. This doesn't happen in one moment. It builds, slowly, silently, until one day, they stop telling you things. And that's the moment most parents don't see coming. But here's the good news. This is easy to change. Not with more time, but with better attention. Even a few seconds of full presence can mean everything. Number 3, the way you treat other people. This one is powerful and almost invisible because it has nothing to do with them directly. It's how you speak to strangers, to waiters, to family members, to people who can't give you anything in return. Your kids notice this. More than you think, they watch how your tone changes. They watch your patience, or your lack of it. And here's the hidden truth. This is where they learn respect. Not from lectures, not from rules, but from observation. Imagine this moment. You're at a store. Something goes wrong. You get frustrated. Maybe your voice rises. Maybe your words get sharper. Your child is there, quiet, watching. And in that moment, they're learning what power looks like. They're learning how to treat people when things don't go your way. This shapes something deep. Their empathy, their kindness, their sense of fairness. And one day, you'll hear it in how they talk to someone else. And you'll recognize it immediately because it sounds like you. Now this changes everything because up until now, this hasn't just been about behavior. It's been about identity. Who they're becoming is being shaped in moments like these. Are you recognizing any of these? Because if you are, you're already ahead of most parents. And if you're still watching this, you're paying attention in a way most people don't. Subscribe, because this is just the surface. Number 4, the way you handle their emotions. This one is subtle and incredibly important. Your child cries, gets angry, gets frustrated, and your response teaches them what those feelings mean. Not what they are, but what they're allowed to be. You might say, "Stop crying. It's not a big deal. You're fine." It comes from a good place. You want to help. You want to calm things down. But here's the hidden impact. They start to feel like their emotions are wrong. Not big, not valid, just inconvenient. Picture this. They fall. They cry. You rush in. But instead of understanding, you dismiss it quickly. Shake it off. They stop crying. But not because they're okay, because they've learned something. They've learned this feeling isn't welcome. And this is where it gets deeper, because eventually they stop showing it. Not just to you, to everyone. And one day, they won't know how to express what they feel at all. But it doesn't have to be this way. A simple shift changes everything. Instead of stopping the emotion, you guide it, you name it, you allow it, and suddenly, they feel safe again. Number 5, the way you talk about yourself. This one surprises a lot of parents, because it doesn't seem connected, but it is. Every time you say, "I look terrible, I'm so stupid, I can't do anything right," they hear it, and they don't question it, they absorb it. Because in their world, you are the reference point. Imagine this, you look in the mirror, you criticize yourself out loud, your child is nearby, listening. And in that moment, they're learning how to talk to themselves. They're learning what self-worth sounds like. And this is the part most people don't expect. They will use your voice inside their own head. Number 6, the way you show love. Not the big moments, not the birthdays, not the celebrations. The small ones, the quiet ones, the everyday signals. This is the one that matters most. And it's the one most people misunderstand. Because love, to a child, is not what you say. It's what you repeat. It's the consistency, the presence, the tone. It's the way you look at them when they speak, the way you respond when they make mistakes, the way you treat them when they're not at their best. Imagine this. They mess up, break something, do something wrong. They look at you, waiting, not for punishment, for meaning. And in that moment, you define something important. Are they safe or are they a problem? This is the signature moment, because eventually, if they feel like a problem long enough, they stop trying. Until one day, your child feels something powerful, not because you told them, but because you showed them. They feel safe, they feel heard, they feel valued, and that feeling stays with them long after childhood ends. Because your child won't remember every word you said. They won't remember every lesson, but they will remember how it felt to be around you. And that feeling becomes who they are.